All right. Colt Emerson, 19 years old, makes MLB debut. I mean, what do the Mariners have to lose at this point? They need to find somebody that can hit and
Yep.
field and catch, because that team is struggling.
Terrible.
And I don't know if they're going to find it. I have tuned into them. John Temple is, in our chat while we're watching. We talk quite a bit during the week, and I seriously just need to start releasing his messages on our page, because they would go viral for sure. Because it's real bad, and I feel bad for Mariners fans after having a contender last year. These guys are freaking lost.
Yeah, it's bad. And John's saying in chat over here, he worked to walk and hit a liner to right.
Yeah.
So you're already getting more production out of him than like everybody else in the lineup.
What do the Mariners do? I mean, we just, spent 20 minutes tearing apart the Giants. What do the Mariners have to do here? Does firing Dan Wilson do something to this team?
No, I mean, I hate to say it, but you need to pretty well rearrange this roster. You got guys that got to go. You got, honestly, I would look to move J-Rod.
I was just going to ask you about that. Do you think he should be the centerpiece of this team?
No, I don't think I think he's an incredibly talented guy, but he is so wildly inconsistent night to night, week to week, month to month, that you can't build a team around him. You just can't. He's going to have moments where he blows you. He had that insane catch the other day.
Yeah.
Insane catch. Defensively, he's one of the best, period. End of the story. Full stop. And the defense doesn't take a day off. Offensively, he is either the best guy on your team or the worst guy on your team. And he there was no in between with him. He's either hitting everything or hitting nothing. But you can't build a lineup around him. You just can't do it.
No.
He's a guy that's got to hit like fifth or sixth, so he can he can go off, but he's not a core part of the start of your lineup, because you can't count on him. You just can't. But at the end of the year, the numbers are there.
Yeah. Tim, this is the hard part, right? I totally agree with you at this point. Mariners need hitting in the worst way possible. They have a plethora of pitching, trade pitching for hitting. However, it's such a double-edged sword, because the pitching is the only way that you're in these ball games, because the offense is so anemic. So if you start trading that away, you're kind of almost in the same spot. You got a bat or two maybe, but you're now giving up those runs that those pitchers would prevent. So they're kind of stuck as well. I mean, you could get major league bats back for the staff you have, no doubt in my mind, but do those bats outweigh the pitching that you're going to ship out to get them those hitters? I don't know. I mean, the rest of your lineup is so awful that one or two bats isn't going to fix anything. So now you've lost Logan Gilbert, for example, who doesn't, well, I mean, lately he's been giving them up, but usually doesn't, right? For a couple extra hits a game, that does nothing for the Mariners. But I agree. If it's time to tear it down and start to rebuild, that's where you start. You start shipping out the pitching staff. But I don't know if that fixes anything immediately. And Marty, this is a great point. They're in the AL West. There's still hope. AL West is a mess.
AL
West is awful. Divisions. Yeah.
AL West is awful.
DH Jr., it's their only shot. I mean, and the Mariners don't go and get Rafael Devers.
They do not.
No,
they do not. It's I mean, again, Julio is an incredibly talented guy, an incredibly frustrating guy. At the end of the year, his numbers are going to be there, but right now, as it goes day to day, he's just not a guy you can count on. But the talent is undeniable. What's shocking to me is that the guy in all this that's actually been the only stability for them in terms of a veteran is Arozarena, who's been who's been the only guy who's consistently produced for you throughout the season.
Well, I question Dan Wilson's managing. Luke Raley was freaking on fire. You have Dom Canzone also hitting well for the Mariners. Those three are probably your only quote unquote consistent hitters. And Dan Wilson is pinch hitting for Dom Canzone and Luke Raley late in games.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, why are you pulling those guys out of the lineup? It doesn't make any sense to me.
I saw Ref Snyder pitch hitting the other night, and I'm like, man, like I love what Ref Snyder gave to the Red Sox, but it's just not working. It's not working out there for him.
Mm-mm. No, and
Connor Joe too. Like you keep seeing Connor Joe come up as a pinch hitter, and produce nothing.
I get the lefty righty matchups. I do. Yep. Right. That's what analytics say. Your eyeball test is like Luke Raley's got 8 homers. Dom Canzone is 3 for 4 every night. It seems like, but he's the only guy that's hitting. But you're pinch hitting for him just because he's a left-handed bat late in the game. What are you doing? What are you doing?
At this point, if a guy's swinging a good bat, I'll let him hit against anybody because if I don't have a better option, like a way better option, I'm gonna let him hit.
Dude, I'm just penciling those 3 in the lineup, and I'm taking automatic outs for the other 6. Like, yeah, I don't even care. Like, Marty, Cal Raleigh's on the IL with a strained oblique. Yeah. I think he was playing with it for a while. He was trying to play through it and then ultimately just couldn't. And that's why he had that huge hitless streak. But that's me speculating. Obviously not a team doctor, but yeah. I don't know where the Mariners go here. I really don't. This is another team I'm completely lost on. And I don't know if Dan Wilson survives this year. I really don't.
Well, and I think it's hard to say you can just rely on the pitching because like their pitching's been wildly inconsistent. You know, Muñoz has been not good at the back of the bullpen. You've got Gilbert, who's been not very good. Luis Castillo has been terrible. You've got Kirby, who's been good. Hancock's been good. Wu has been good, but not as good as he was. You got Muñoz having trouble at the back end of the bullpen. You've got Castillo and Gilbert who look lost. And then a bullpen that's kind of all over the place. Like the pitching for them used to be an automatic. And this year the pitching's not as automatic as it's been. And the offensive struggles just feel that much bigger.
I agree.
Like this was a terrible offense last year until they made the trades middle of the year. But like they hung on and they continue to hang around. This team, when that pitching falls off, even just a click or two, which they're not, that rotation is not pitched like a top 3 rotation.
No, they haven't.
And when you lose that was like the only core thing you had that kept you in it. The lack of offensive production is just that much worse.
I've never watched so many games where the Mariners get down 3-1 and I'm like, it's over. I can change the channel. They're not coming back. Like it's crazy. Ed, and we talked about this the other night. Never seen a season with more guys on third base with 1 out or no outs and remaining there. Red Sox, Mariners, Astros, and more. Saw it Yankees game the other night. Bases loaded, no outs. They don't score. It just seems like Red Sox do it every inning. It seems, even if they even get a hit, I don't even know. But I mentioned this a couple shows ago that it's like it seems like every game I'm watching from the 7th inning on, an announcer inevitably comes on and says the Royals are 0 for 19 with runners in scoring position today. The Tigers are 1 for 32 with runners in scoring position today. No one around the league has a decent average with runners in scoring position. As a team, I'm saying, right? Individual players have some good stats, but as a team, the average with runners in scoring position is horrendous. And I would almost go with saying it's got to be one of the lowest in the most recent years, right? I've never seen teams struggle so much to score runs with runners in scoring position across the league.
I mean, nobody knows how to put the ball on the ground to the right-hand side to move a guy over. Nobody knows how to get the ball in the air to the outfield to get him in. They can't situationally hit. They can't move guys around. It's just one speed. I'm going to drop and drive, and either goes out of the ballpark or it doesn't. And John Temple's saying a lot of the same stuff in the chat about the Mariners. Dan's been a bit of a disappointment. You thought you get more out of him, but you're not. But at the end of the day, they're missing a bunch of relievers. The rotation's underperformed. You've got key guys hurt. Like, yeah, this team needs to get healthy, and then you'll get a real good look at who they could be. But even coming out of the gate this year healthy, it was not, they did not start well. There's definitely something wrong with what's going on with that team. And some of the moves they've made have not worked out. But they need, again, as we said for 3 years, they consistently need bats. They consistently need offense. And now they need it worse than ever because the pitching isn't quite as good as it's been.
So let's lean on a 19-year-old because that's all we got left.
That's it. I mean, they got no moves. This is not a team that's got a ton of money to throw around. This is not a team that's in a big market that can, absorb another big contract. This is not a team with an appetite to go spend a boatload of money. They're going to have to figure it out from within and hope that somebody shows up and saves the day. But if you're thinking this 19-year-old kid's going to ride into town and save you, you need a lot more than just one guy.
Yeah. Ryan, you just hit the nail on the head, right? Cal carried that team last year. With him returning to earth, the construction of this team falls apart. Yeah, you don't understand how much 60 home runs, how much production that brings to your team.
Yeah.
Right?
Huge.
Yeah. And he's got how many? 4, maybe? I don't even think he's got that many homers. I mean, we knew he wasn't going to repeat the 60 home runs last year, but that's at this point looks like it was the worst thing he could have done for his career was hit 60 bombs last year. So
yeah, I mean, Cal's hitting 161 with 7 home runs and 18 RBIs.
He's got 7. So,
and John's saying in the chat, like they need 2 right-handed bats stat.
Yeah, 1,000%. Leaving Prom to face Skeens is crazy work.
It is.
I just,
wild.
Mariners have 6 prospects in the top 100. Astros have 2. I mean, and I think that's what we're going to see these teams start leaning towards, right? Instead of trading for a 10-year contract in Rafael Devers or 7-year with Willy Adames, they're going to give a shot to one of these top guys in their system because A, they're cheaper, and 2, you can mold them into how you want them to be on your team.
Yep.
So I mean, I get it, but I don't know where I would begin to start tearing apart this Mariners team. I mean, I guess it would have to be the pitching staff if you want to get any type of prospects in return, right? Is that maybe Julio? Because team will pay for a premium center fielder, but
they will.
Anybody else?
I mean, it's going to be hard. It's going to be hard to move some of these guys. I mean, you got Luis Castillo, who I believe is in the last year of his contract. So you're not going to get as much in return, but you could move him out. He's been awful, though, so it's going to be hard to make that trade. I mean, and you do not want to trade off a guy like Brian Wu, or if you don't have to.
Right.
I mean, the Mariners have some young guys in the system. It's just most of them aren't ready. And I kind of forgot, but John was saying, you got Victor Robles currently sitting in AAA. He had a walk-off hit today. Victor Robles is just chilling down in AAA doing his thing. I would have thought by now they would have had a spot for him.
Yeah. Yeah. Bringing up teenagers has certainly worked out for the Mariners in the past. Yeah. But Curtis says the last time a 19-year-old kid carried a team, it was the Mariners. He was Ken Griffey. He's no Ken Griffey. No way. And
no,
I don't think we're saying he is, but it's Mariners have to do something. And this is one of the moves they can make. But this team's lost. And like you guys said in the chat, the only saving grace is it's the AL West, and that division's a mess. So we'll see what happens. But
and don't forget, Colt Emerson is the kid that they gave that big contract to before he even came up. Like this, the Mariners have been banking on this kid for a while, just trying to wait to see some signs that he was ready or not. I think they need him, and it's like, look, kid, here you go. You're going to learn on the job. Because we have no moves here. We have no other option.
None.